Their character studies and arcs may be complete, but damn it, I still want a part 5. Weapon 4. The family-orientated, fun, upbeat, and somewhat intense final installment in this awesome series. The plot. There's been tons of drug smugglers in the past, but this time Japanese folk are being smuggled and then imported to America. Now, this wouldn't be the biggest crime, but the smugglers are forging counterfeit money so a bail can be made on a group so called the Forefathers. If they are released from prison, there'll be hell to pay. Thank the police force that Murtaugh and Riggs are on the case. This series has dealt with some incredibly serious topics: suicide, murder, gains, guns, etc. have all been brought to light. But here, it's the topic of smuggling that seems to be muddled with the family aspect of the film. I think the most intimidating thing about this movie is Jet Li as the main baddie. Dude's quite imposing, and can kick some serious ass. One of the sadder aspects of this 20-year-old movie is that both Murtaugh and Riggs now both feel they're getting too old for their type of work. They are indeed getting too old for this shit. Even though both actors are still alive to this day and making movies. The movie as a whole is highly entertaining. But I'd be lying if I said this was one of the best of the Lethal Weapon movies. It does suffer from sequelitis. Trying to compare this to the original film is a challenge, and surprisingly, trying to compare this to the second installment is damn near impossible in terms of quality. Our expectations shouldn't be set on such a high pedestal. This movie isn't terrible, but I do think the best word to describe it is safe. A lack of action is not this film's problem, not by a long shot. The first two movies were emotional powerhouses of film. You couldn't fake the performances in Lethal Weapon 1 and 2. I do love that it isn't rinse and repeat, though. They could have made this a serious movie and killed off somebody that they'd regret later. I don't think ending the series on a downer would have settled well with fans. The great thing about the series is that they bring characters back for each movie and they're all played by the same cast, I believe. It's really impressive, because this is a huge cast of people. It also means the chemistry is always recognizable and lovable, because the cast know each other by now. Joe Pesci is actually really good in this movie, and I thought I'd dislike Chris Rock, but he was great as well. The final shot of this movie, well, let me rephrase that, a picture in this movie is enough to bookend the series and leave me feeling satisfied. The effects, it's pretty damn violent near the end. Other than that, there's just some minor blood squibs here and there. The pyrotechnics are on overdrive in this movie, and the chase sequences are equally intense and engaging. The musical score, it's what we come to know. Not terrible, but nothing all too new nor exciting. This is a reunion, but it also belongs to one hell of a series. I love every installment, and while this is my least favorite, it is far from a bad movie. It doesn't make you feel like it's the end until, well, the end. The action, effects, acting, dialogue, and characters are all strong. While I would love a part 5, I also would be kind of against the idea of it actually happening. The cast is much older now, and I don't think it would work quite as well for a 5th time. Still, I'm actually looking forward to watching the TV series. Overall, I give Lethal Weapon 4 a 3.5 out of 5. Lion Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Entertainment. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below and to leave comments and subscribe.